What's going on, everybody? Yamaha dropped their 2026 Wave Runner lineup. And man, do they keep surprising year after year. So last year, obviously, Yamaha announced the Jet Blaster Pro, and they went through and obviously they did all this fun stuff with it. We ended up buying a Yamaha Jet Blaster Pro. As you can see, they're a lot of fun. These machines are, been really pushed forward on innovation since Sea-Doo kind of has been riding their own, if you will, wave for a little while now. But Yamaha came out with something that was super important. So, and it took all of us by surprise. So let's check out what that is. And you can kind of see it down below already in the pre information. But right here, Yamaha Watercraft marked its 40th anniversary with innovation. And they have the all new Crosswave Wave Runner. Look at this thing. It looks ridiculous. But guess what? And I'm going to show you something that I called right away in my video when the Sea-Doo Fish Pro Apex came out. And I'm like, this is a flop for X, Y, and Z reason. And Yamaha has addressed all of those reasons. And let's go over them. So the first one is they have an infotainment system where you have your fish finder, chart plotter, GPS all up front, and obviously some cup holders. And it's almost like, and this reminds me of a center console helm, and it looks exactly like that. But look at these platforms along the sides in the back. You can pretty much work this like a bass boat, so you can get up and around it, and it's also high enough off out of the water where it can take on anything like swells, waves, or anything like that. So it's super interesting to me because this works as such. However, one of the biggest innovations that I've seen here is this right here. What do we see right here? Let's increase that. Let me increase the size of this so we can look at it. What do we see right here? That is ladies and gentlemen, a bow mount trolling motor, and it is by design. And you can see what's that version right here. What's the brand? A Minn Kota. So you can put a bow mount trolling motor on this wave runner, the Crosswave, and this is what the Fish Pro Apex was missing. Something that was modular or that can bolt right on or made for it. And this is what everybody was crying about. This is what I was crying about. And I said to them, they need to put something on here that you can allow it. But also look at this. What's in the rear over here? This is a great question. And I can't wait to see the Crosswave get onto the Yamaha website so I can see more detailed specifications of this, because it appears to be pretty much the Wave Runner platform with the 1.9, but with a flat deck, bow mount trolling motor, and all of the accessories that makes a fishing rig a fishing rig. And I can't wait to see what these other things are too. Obviously, you see a cooler, some rocket launchers, rod holder, and some other cool things on this. It's also close enough to the water where you can use it as a bass boat, but far enough where you can use it in the swells in the ocean as well. So super interested to see how this works out. It's a strange design to where you have almost like a helm mixed with, you have what looks to be a jet ski seat and everything like that, but a center console helm and also some good grab handles and whatnot. I don't see a tower over this. I would like to see a rocket launcher tower, but you do have some nice like rails right here to put your fishing pole holders on or whatever else, any accessories as well. So once they come out with more information on this and we get the website, I'm going to be publishing a little bit more because I, believe it or not, am an avid PWC fisherman. I fish off my Sea-Doo Sparks all the time. In fact, if you look at my previous videos in the past, I had fished in the ocean with the Sea-Doo Spark, and there's been times where I go out what I didn't take. I wish I took my camera on these couple times. I've been out there and caught 30 or 40 stripers in a shot. And you go out in the ocean, it's the most fun you can have. I swear, the fights are intense. It's also very personal experience. You would get two wave runners and go out and have a blast. Now, would this be good fishing for two people? Who knows? It looks to be pretty small, even a 13-foot. That's a small John boat, but I don't know. I don't know the dimensions of this. And let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a win for Yamaha? Do you think this is a loss for Sea-Doo? Or do you think this is a Sea-Doo killer? Or do you just think this is a different market altogether? I think the Sea-Doo Fish Pro appeals to a PWC that likes to fish. I think this Yamaha Crosswave is more of a fisherman that prefers to fish rather than use a PWC for a PWC purpose. I don't think you're going to be able to hooligan around with this thing or whip it around like you would a Fish Pro so much, but I think this is more along the markets of a directed or in a direct fisherman itself. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think on the Crosswave. Do you think this is a win? Do you think this needs more? Do you think it's modular? Do you think there's a lot more they can do with this? Or do you think this is a good start to this? It also depends on what this costs. I'm hearing rumors that this is in the $30,000 ballpark. If that's the case, it is too high of a cost, and you might as well just get a Sea-Doo Fish Pro, a Sea-Doo Switch Fish Compact for 34,000 rather than something like this. However, it's the usability, the maneuverability, and it being nice and small. As you know, if you've seen my previous videos on that and my Sea-Doo Switch, getting it inside and outside of a garage or covered or anything like that is a chore on itself. That it is very tall on the trailer, it's very awkward, and PWCs are really easy to get on and off and launch and everything like that. So, although it's a totally different market, it's almost like you might as well get the Sea-Doo Fish Pro or the Sea-Doo Switch Fish rather than something like this if this costs over 30,000. But if this is in the 22 to $24,000 market range, well, then you're looking at something that's directly as in competitor to Sea-Doo, and it can actually surpass them because it is more of a dedicated fishing rig. But obviously, the Fish Pro has things that this doesn't look like it has, but this right here appears to also be a live well, and there could be two live wells on each side, or a cooler on one side, a live well on the other. And much like bass fishing boats, any of these areas up front are either storage or bait, cutting boards, stuff like that. The sky's the limit for something like this. And the market is huge in the Australia, New Zealand area. But now I myself on the water, I've been noticing a lot more PWC fishermen on the ocean. So I'm in New England and I'm on the Sound. So if we go down to the Sound and we look at some, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, I always saw boats outside. And now we're starting to see some fishermen on PWCs, which is new to me. The Fish Pro was the most prevalent one out there for a little while, but now I'm going to start seeing some of these crosswave runners, and we're also going to see different types of PWCs custom made out there as well. So really cool, awesome to see this. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think this is a dud, if you think this is a win, if you think this thing is hideous, but you still want to buy it because of its usability. I think this thing is hideous, but I think the usability of it is going to surpass what the looks are. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Really stoked to see Yamaha finally starting to innovate and listen to the people. And hopefully they keep listening to us and reduce the size of these PWCs, make that jet blaster even smaller. 7.5 to 8 feet long would be the perfect, of 8 feet to 9 feet long, I should say, would be the perfect size to compete with the Sea-Doo Spark and the Sea-Doo Spark Tricks. But thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next one. Leave a comment below with what you like about this. Take it easy.